I'm going to talk to you today about revision at Fram, and this is part of a program put together by myself and Mr. Hyland. Now, we're really trying to think about a simple message, a vision for all students, and you guys in Year 11, obviously, this is particularly important for you with your mocks approaching, and I know Mr. Hyland spoke to you about it in your assembly. Welcome to Revision at Fram. We've put together this flowchart to really try and show the steps that we want all students to be going through. Now today, I'm just going to talk about organised content, but in the next video, Mr. Hyland is going to talk more about how you might start to rate that content, thinking about different areas and units of topics. Now you go red if you think you really don't know anything about that or not nearly enough about that. Amber if you're going somewhere in the middle, and green if you feel confident. Now there's still a process to go through to overlearn it. Now when we come to talk about those three areas, we're going to explain to you how we can't necessarily always just trust our judgment with these things. We have to be backing it up with evidence. So how did you do in your assessments on those topics? How did you do on your quizzes on those topics? Do you know for sure that you really know it? And this is not just about exams. This is about learning and revising our learning and going back over the things we've learned before. Nobody can remember something to a high level having heard it just once or twice. The final step we've got there is to apply that knowledge to practice questions and papers, to practice the real application of the knowledge. So first up is organised content. This is a crucial stage where we really think about what we're going to be examined on and how we're going to organise it. It's important to get organised early, and the first step with that is to know where to find all your units listed with all your topics broken down topic by topic. You need to know what your exams are going to be on, and I expect your teachers have already told you that, but you need to make sure that you check to find exactly what you're going to be examined on. So where do you find these lists? How do you know where to find all your units listed for all your courses broken down into topics? Well, often you will have been given sheets by your teachers with that information on. Often it will be on your Teams groups in the classroom materials. Equally, your revision guides are usually organised according to units and topics. And finally, your textbooks, classroom materials, exercise books and folders will often have sheets in them giving this information, or they are organised in this way. Here's an example from the history course showing how the Norman conquest is broken down into 5 different sections, and then within these sections the different areas of content. Also, we've got the Migrants to Britain course broken down into the different areas and then the topics within those different areas of content. Here's an example for maths. So when you're thinking about reasoning, you're thinking about dividing it up into multiplicative, geometric and algebraic. And having this clear breakdown is the first important step to organising yourself for your revision. So it might sound obvious, but you really need to make sure you know the content that you are going to be examined on. Check your team's assignments and the information you've been given by your teachers. This can make sure that the time you spend revising is spent effectively. You also need to have a clear sense of what exam boards you are being examined on. Then when you start to look online at different resources or using your revision guides, you can know for sure that you're looking at the right stuff. For some subjects, this matters a great deal because the exam board makes a big difference to the kind of content you need to know and the way in which you need to know it. So, to summarize, know where to find your unit and topic lists for all your courses and know what your exams are going to be asking you. Why does this matter? It helps us to break our revision down and not feel overwhelmed. If we know we can just focus on one small section for one session of revision, then we're much more likely to feel motivated. And secondly, it makes sure that the time we are using is really effective on the things that matter. Thank you.